Chief, good morning.
Sir, good morning.
Apomboko there. Yo. The entire friend there boko Kwa FS. Yate se FDA for mo de krata akoma ewura no. Na mo bo amansan so kokose. Sanro no yeyi afri ye shelves so. Na me pese ye di sa nkomo kakra na se bibi wo ho a yesan ebisa biem. Eti di kan no sa release na mo de ba nka betima chechem kakra kire ya.
Okay, we're going to justify. But before I do that, let me just clarify some small issue. Who can say?
James, wahuma nam why no form kakra ntinke ba so kakra ma ya.
But is it better?
I think it's better now. Yes.
Okay. Now, I need to make a small correction before we continue.
Okay.
You referred to Kwa FS, say, but I want to clarify this. And yet,
okay.
We registered it as a food supplement.
But you're the best you may be saying.
Food supplement. How can I say? A supplementary. It's your near way. So, you need no trading.
Now, and can we kind of say?
And then can mean food supplement.
Obi manos are generic expression so as any other bank
they who say when who can say be a thrower, you are talking more of it being a medicine.
All right. Okay. Now, I'm saying I know you're clear in TN Twaso. We shouldn't be by
it. Well, the woman say Food and Drugs Authority here to Anamon or Kwa FS Omu facility na a working post. And what we call unannounced inspection. Well, now inspection. You pick samples of products or any you pick a number of samples from the market. So we take it to the lab and analysis on it. Now analysis now it indicated two main things. Number one, as you said, we have a very high microbial load. And we about one will say, would the panel to work na insect dia we find no na asati say yeast ni mold e bato. But don't you mean?
Metiase.
And those are like example of microbial, and it was very high. That's one. And number two,
let's just say, James, now I said the Ehurano, and why I say green, ash, bisa. Yes, the now say.
Yeah, but and yes, you see green, ash, but like that more one ecosis again, it was in the product.
Now a word room,
but it was there in a very high level. One say, would see in droning Yama, you see them in it, but they are accepted at a certain level. And it was said that when it goes beyond that, there is too much. I don't know whether you understand.
Yeah,
so you see it in every medicine, but in this instance, it is above the acceptable level. That's supposed to be in it. We call it a high level of microbial load. That is one. And number two, I didn't swear it's what we call E. coli. E. coli, according to say, it's a sick. Normally, it comes about through fecal matter. The idea, me the insuobi. I'm using as an example. The idea, me the insuobi here, if you are not insuono, idea fecal matter will go on. You realize that eventually, there will be this E. coli appearance in the product.
What kind of fecal matter? Not just a janai.
Oh, now it can be through different means. And the company has deliberated that a baby. But it could be through processes now here. If they are ensure your use of place may not have been purified well. It could be so many things. It could be said, if they are staff no, or be a washroom, if they are washing inside, and I mean so many things. So you cannot say the essay and happy. But that was what was found in the product. Now, problem E. coli in particular, no one say presence of E. coli. E. coli actually shouldn't be in any of such products. It's not permitted at all. Not even at the lowest level. It should never be in it.
And so say a word no,
it shouldn't be at all. E. coli should never be in the product. Because E. coli, some effect on the human being when it's in a product and you take it. It has some effect. If it is the immune system, you're weak, like 8 patients, Nadia, of what product meaning E. coli or more, and was in the state because I was killing more, and there was in the state. Ebia, when you take it, now there's a presence of E. coli. It could give you what we call diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, and some other few abdominal pains and some other few things. I mean, that's one problem. And see, as a regulator,
James Mebao, apart from the wire, me person is sandy so. So, sa E. coli no so no, you bet me aka say free Janaimu.
What do you bet me aka say free?
Janaimu.
Oh yes, it could be.
All right. Okay.
Yes,
all right.
Yes. And see, after we actually informed the company about what we have found in their product. And we directed them to say, the product is unfit for use because of especially the presence of the E. coli. And the we call it product every junction. Now, let me establish this. COA effort in product via FDA, you are registered. And if the product has been on the market, we don't have a problem with it. We registered it as an immune support. As an immune support. That's a food supplement. Immune support. That's how we register the product. And see, we don't have that problem. So when this thing happens, and one is say, you withdraw the product, you put in systems at your facility that will prevent subsequent, let me say, contaminants like E. coli from getting into your product. It's just a matter of a system issue that you have to do. Check the things you use, the water you use, how you store your raw material, and all those things. Oh, these are things that you have to do. We are here. You realize that when those things are put in place well, subsequent production will not have this E. coli in it.
James Metwasia, Sir Omudi or baby or moye drone near. San near Maya Bobo di Mieno, and ya dear be betting about fra a drone. Sadachi or why you be.
Yes, if things are done well in the facility, it will prevent it from happening, from reoccurring. Or a system issue. And yet the product is bad, and now they don't know how to manufacture. That is not at all. But it's a matter of system. So when you put those things in place very well, you realize that your subsequent production will prevent these things from reoccurring. So we directed the company that withdraw the product from the market because it was consumers because of this thing that we have found in it. No, we gave this directive to them. I would say barely about 10 days before you issue a statement.
10 days.
Now, yes.
Okay.
And this wasn't done. I personally, I have to come out with all these things. Me personally, me friend, Dr. Duncan. Let me catch Dr. Duncan. This information yet about also already press release you better me release this to the general public about this. But you see, when it comes to some of these things, when the company comes out, na omwankasa the general public say, FDA together, we found this E. coli or this in our product. Because of that, the same month before you see, move on back.
Okay.
And we'll find ways in this. I thought Dr. Yekatai. Dr. Decker assured me, that following morning, they were going to issue their release. Again, it wasn't done. He sent me a number, so I called him and asked him, say, what amount drafted to give to the public? I want to see a copy.
Okay.
Johanna, I saw a WhatsApp message from a gentleman introducing himself to me as Dela. That is a word about Dr. Duncan asked him to get in touch with me. And Johanna merely spread Dela. And on he said he's a PRO of the company. So I told him, so this is what I've discussed with Dr. Duncan. Because following your discussions with about management, no more meeting on these things. So following those things, we don't have anything. And if we, the regulator, issue statement back, it's going to create a problem for you.
Okay, so hello James. Your statement no so but near Casawa me atiase says moko ba bi saa eduru kro no moya nhwehwemu e na mete de say o kan say analysis no. Now, me bi say moya analysis na mo de report na mo be generate no mo de be kire say nipa ko no yes ade na na.
Yes, they do.
And you are very much aware of reporting and generating. You know?
They are very much aware of the report.
Now, omo can be far home. Did they express any sentiments? Say,
they did not deny. They did not deny.
Omo deny.
No. I remember, say, even when I called Stella Menine Katano, or me say, oh yes, Omo will resource no, so they are ready to issue the statements on it. I remember very, very well. So something we admitted.
I see. Now, me say baby mo say minimum mo procedure say the city here. Say mo generate report no ya mo nipa ko no. Na mo ne di nkita ho say o ebi a put out a statement say na mo kan ya. Ye wo breben na say nipa ko no wanya mo be abonten de release bi say yaba.
And look here, it depends. Look, you bet to me, that is inspection. The moment the result is ready, as a regulator, there is no law that even tells us to even tell you. We can base upon results that you pay, inform the general public, say, hey, don't use this medicine. We can do that.
So, Microbial regulatory kwaya so what you do with your analysis, no? Say, munya generative step the mobile next, no?
We can inform you. We can inform you the client. Say this is what we are found out.
You should. I was some more informed and answer you can.
Oh, you can. You see, the entire me can say, let me give you a very good example. Assuming say FDA. And I remember Sobekaya, there was a time FDA, we issued a press statement on some 6 herbal products here. Here notice said they have adulterated it with what we call sildenafil. That is the thing that is in Viagra, Sobekaya. Immediately, no, we didn't even come. I mean, we told the company, we found this thing. We immediately issued the press statement. We didn't wait for them. We didn't ask them any questions. We issued the press statement and ask them to recall the product for the market. So, see, a regulator, you can do that.
Okay, so I don't know maybe that's as part of my regulations. That is say, be anywhere shamo say nipa ko na wa ye aduro no, mo be bona mane say de ye hunie we be mo betimi without that mo betimi aba public abeka say.
Oh, we can come to the public. So
now mo yes na mo with some caution say e betimi aba say debi regulator and analysis no e betimi I bad say enye sa na na etie, and that in doing so no you risk putting out a statement, maybe we can we as an entity, we be as anyone.
I understand your point. And in fact, a year before analysis will come out, if for instance, I did not collapse, no more testing, now you will say, this is the problem we have found with the product. We don't any day. We ask for the analysis to be done by another person.
Mm-hmm.
You see, we make sure that we get it right. That is, we are very, very, because we know the legal implications in the water. So we are very, very careful about those things. But coming to this particular issue of COA everything, we actually gave them the opportunity. We did. When you call them, they will tell you that we gave them the opportunity to withdraw the product. We made them to understand what we have seen. They came for a meeting in the yes.
Na give them baby as a correspondence, no na written correspondence and I say oral.
Oh, mother. Whether a written, whether a oral.
No, James. Oh, you are not first. Then maybe you can make any comment about it. Say,
well, we wrote a letter to them.
So you wrote to them.
Yeah,
okay. And also responded by writing or not, someone responded.
So I don't know what, but I know they came there after that for a meeting. But okay. Whether they responded in a letter that I can't tell.
All right. Okay. So another issue I'm person address we release modema no eno na minim se bia no ana ye nyina ye nya bi ne dia but dia wa say no issue ba ko na manfo raise and I also associated myself with it and they said moka so mo recall no na because me say we are bawate dia mo ye na time ben dia mo friend say batch ben ena mo se mo yenye record no.
Okay, we dey me got about the issue of batch because and no say it was a contention on a number of media stations about the issue of batch. Now, what show you release now? We did not indicate any batch, and I will explain the reason why batch was not indicated. Now, when we went to the facility, we realized there was a very big problem in the company when it comes to batch record. Now, what I mean by batch record is that, for instance, Wubisa company says you manufactured this product at this time. Which batch went out? Where did it go? You can't get a record to that effect.
You can't get a record.
A record, yes.
As a company, James Bibo, as a company, or yeah, you may be saying no. On Emra and Shannon say we keep records, even distribution lists, and this animal in Emra and Makwa and Shannon sir.
Mother, you see, in production, distribution in Yama, these are things that should be there.
It should be there.
I don't want to go. Yes, I don't want to go into details. I have I have a copy of the report in my bag. Share me call into all those things that were found at the facility. That is a problem to us. It is based upon these things that we say no. We cannot rely on a batch recall. Let me
because Muntimi and Tremor.
It will help listeners and to help you about you. And I had a call from one of their agents because I had a call. A lot of people that are using the product and both Sunday and yesterday. Now, when their agents called, he was asking about the issue of which batch. Let me catch it and say, we asked for all to be recalled because we realized that batch was a problem. Then, distributor and catch because he has a product that was manufactured in 2019. That was manufactured in 2020. And they are all having the same batch number. This is the problem FDA is talking about. It should never be. It should never be.
I see.
It should never be. So we saw an inconsistency when it comes to batches at the premises. So we said, no, we cannot rely on batches for this recall. That is why we asked that all to be recalled.
I see. Now, James, but me phone call a chica can be say. Had there been an informal visit to company no premises? What? Sir, unannounced visit.
Now, over Kaya, around the time COVID issue this year, there were media publications about the fact that COA FS has a cure for both HIV/AIDS and COVID-19. I don't know whether you hear those publications.
Sir, I mean, not reports no say a cure, and I say immune booster.
Treatment.
Treatment.
Let me use the word treatment.
I see.
Oh. And see, I know Miankata, I had one of the interviews with Dr. Duncan on Joy News to the same effect. Now, FDA as a regulator, number one, we have not approved any product, neither for HIV/AIDS or for COVID-19 for Dr. Duncan. We know what we have approved is a food supplement for immune support. So FDA said, let us set our officers there and see what production is going on at the facility. This is what took us to the facility.
I see. But James.
Yes.
Some media reports now, here no. Unfortunately, man can be. But Bakwa Edamanim has say dated March 19, 2020. Our graphic online. The caption or say, let me see. COA FS is not a cure for coronavirus. Manufacturers. Minim say I don't know who would pay.
Yes, I saw that publication.
Yes.
Me will that publication myself later.
Later.
Yes, I saw it.
Because I know a disclaimer from manufacturers and they say, "Among can say a cure for coronavirus."
Yes, I saw it.
All right.
But remember,
and what reports now? What kind of a bar and sana or more disclaimer?
Before that publication, I personally heard Dr. Duncan when he was being interviewed by John, Business News. And in that interview, Okan said, yes, our product right now is undergoing clinical trials. Still is undergoing clinical trials for all those things, this age and those things. It's undergoing clinical trials. And of their course, what's the name of this place? Noguchi. Now, after now, until I heard this in that interview. Now, in the first place, even if your product is going through clinical trial, FDA is the one that even gives you the approval to initiate even that clinical trial. Nothing like that can happen. And what I want to understand is that, you see, all these things...
But James said, they are working in fairness to Omono. Did they say specifically in that interview, say, a cure for HIV? So also more clinical trials. And that is not conclusive, say, HIV.
No. What are you doing clinical trial? No, what do you do clinical trial? You do clinical trial on a product for a particular disease.
But until the result of the trial no abano, you cannot specifically say a cure. And yes,
no, matter. If you don't, try to make it again. You can call people. Look, Adiba, even media reports in Yama and Ra, things that go social media. Man, if you overkill, FDA,
James, me no na kasa no painti media the social media battle na dey who hear me for now. Me pesa what church na ma say wa say because
so what I want you to understand is that we had a basis for moving to check what was happening at the president. We had a basis, and that's what I explained.
I see. Now, say no nipa bebre na atobi Say nipa no matter aduro no bi no mo nya den.
Oh well, we gave it in a direct invitation return.
What's my day?
We gave it in the press release. We indicated that they should return it to where they bought it.
Obia mfanko babia otono. And then minim say apart from Ghana no product other countries nso so. Minim say be FDA for more obligation be to sa other countries nso so.
Well, I can't tell because the point is that one say
I thought say in public health no say be about attention be injurious to the public notwithstanding jurisdiction no what responsibility say be ma obi nso so te that was my thinking.
No, but we have issued a press release on a statement. And we have say I had a call from somebody from the US who said he has bought some. So only the press release will die. The same thing if the other countries they hear it it's just something. That's the direction we have to.
James, a brand no brand ben son of FDA or was say mukosra company be a more yen notice said QFS they say brand ben son was some years
we can do that anytime that we believe we have to do that.
Muni routine protocols be a.
You see, every year we can visit your place at least.
James, you should and answer can. What can I quite say?
No. I'm using the word can because what I want to understand is that Adipia be better yet and came to me not that here. Something can happen, so we will not be able to go. But the point is that
James, I depend on my son because this is about public health.
Oh, sometimes it could be due to scheduling. If we are at the time we prefer to go, something will happen. If there's something happening somewhere, so the team have to move to a different place, go and check something. And after going, they have their other schedules that have been done, so they couldn't reach it. I mean, there are so many things that will happen.
Oh, okay.
But under normal circumstances, at least once in a year, we'll come to your premises. Under normal circumstances, once in a year.
So what I should understand then is that Sebane say be a brave or some comment me anko na nipa krono or ya de no na sa ne me ayekan ebi wo mu ebetimi akum nipa there's no alternative arrangement bia say yemfa say mokwa na muntimi nya e wo man mu a ebetimi ahu say adrei anhwe ebeku nipa nti no na say ha nipa adwen sa.
Yeah, but one say we have what I would say we try a PMX. That we do it on constant basis. We go on the market, we pick samples, we test it. And sometimes our own ability to go to the premises, when we find your product in the market, then there's a problem or we're able to deal with it. Also, when we come to your premises, it's more to check on your procedures, how things are going to ensure that you are following what we call the good manufacturing practice. What you are supposed to follow to ensure that the product will come and look. But in case I have to make the other means are that if there was this product on the market, you are checking that you will be here. That can still lead us to take one or two actions when it comes to your company.
Okay.
Yeah.
The chat to James Asana be say. Sani pana minim se bia no so momo hyehyɛ no bia na ase bia nipa na also ode na dwen ehwɛ ho a se meto aduro meto product bi say na se FDA for be ka se da bia ade no ya record bia mfa nkɔ a mekɔgye misika na se mede kwa se kwa mede kwa sa kwa.
Oh, what say the FDA need to be clear when it comes to the money issue. Okay. Our issue has to do with the safety.
Regulation be any was that
I can't tell.
And no ma be
your mandate no my is to say you be coming.
Okay.
So all we can do is that we can tell you to return it. And then I think the manufacturer and the owner of the product should be able to refund your money to you. But I know you have to be enforcing
okay, so there be an incidence of commerce in tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. James, I don't pay you that. Now, so far, what they buy Minim se mo create baby o ho asa ndro no be kwa na eno na mo na mo be create ana se ono no be create sa products na ya recall no.
No, or recalling the normal process is that he will inform the FDA.
Okay.
That this is a quantitative advocate, and then we are ready for his instruction. That's like it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yo.
Yeah.
Anope da CBM.
Yo, Mr. Damasika.
James Latte, PRO, Food and Drugs Authority. And I am train komono.